Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. I'm Adam. Sorry there wasn't a video over the weekend. I had a few wedding parties and stuff like that. Was getting absolutely twisted like Keith Sweat. So couldn't make any videos. I even missed the game against Galatasaray as well. I have caught up on that though, and we'll speak about that a little later in today's video. First things first though, Jose Mourinho could have his first victim as Manchester United manager. Now, we know Jose Mourinho has a tendency to ruffle some feathers when he joins clubs, when he's at clubs. We know he does that. It's part of the reason why he's such a successful manager. Being able to be ruthless at times. Fergie was great at it as well. He maybe lost that tendency later on in his career. But Jose Mourinho showing that ruthlessness that we all want to see. We need to see. We need it at Manchester United, and we need players fighting for shirts. But obviously, when it comes to Bastian Schweinsteiger, a lot of us do have a soft spot for him. He's only been in the team for a year, a season. Obviously, he had injury problems as well. But we've grown to love him. He's a great character. He's achieved an awful lot in football. And I think it's great to have his experience around the camp, especially having lost so much in the last 3 seasons. But it's rumoured Jose Mourinho doesn't see a future for him at Old Trafford. Bastian Schweinsteiger was told this, and he has replied by saying that he wants to stay at Manchester United. And he's been training with the under-21s. He didn't travel out to Sweden. Now, a lot of people have reacted to this, and I think it's been possibly a little over the top. Now, of course, if he wasn't going to go to Galatasaray, it's best he trains. He hasn't played football an awful lot of time. He was out at the Euros, and then he got married, and he was on holiday. So he needs to get match fitness, whether he plays for Manchester United or somebody else. So training with the under-21s, I don't think is a big problem. But obviously, he's going to feel a little bit left out if Jose's saying he's not involved now. Bastian Schweinsteiger with the point to prove could be a huge asset to Manchester United, especially if we can manage his game time and keep him fit. But that obviously is something that's up to Jose Mourinho, and if he doesn't see a future for him at the club, despite the fact how much we love Bastian Schweinsteiger, then he has to go. His brother has tweeted today saying no respect. Now, a lot of people have thought that's in relation to this and Jose Mourinho making Bastian Schweinsteiger train with the under-21s, but I don't think that's a big deal, training with the under-21s, especially given he wasn't going to play out in Sweden against Galatasaray. But obviously, if he's been told that he's going to be shown the door and he doesn't want to leave, then it's going to be a standoff between the player and the manager that only the manager will win. It's sad as well because we love him, but unfortunately that's football. When Fergie arrived at Old Trafford back in the 80s, he upset people as well by letting some big names and big characters go. So, we just have to deal with it, learn with it. And we've lost a huge amount of players over the last few years. I remember being gutted about Rafael, Welbeck leaving and all that, but you've got to respect your manager's decision. And Jose Mourinho, we have to respect his decisions. And right now, I trust those. Another midfielder that wants to stay at Manchester United, and it seems like he will stay at Manchester United, is Marouane Fellaini. Now, he's been linked with a move to Sunderland in recent weeks. Obviously, David Moyes being there, he was bound to be linked with Sunderland. But Fellaini's saying he wants to stay at Manchester United and he will turn down his former manager. He's obviously been told, and Jose's been speaking in the press, that the players involved and in his squad, he sees a future for them at Old Trafford. So Fellaini's one of those, scored a fantastic goal against Galatasaray as well. The header was brilliant, and if we can get the best out of Marouane Fellaini and we play him in the right positions, he can't dictate midfield. 6 and 8, he's not that guy. But if we can get the kind of player that he was at Everton before he joined Manchester United, and Jose sees something in him as maybe a plan B or someone we can use off the bench, then I'm happy for him to stay here and battle for a spot. But I could see why some people are upset that Schweinsteiger's being shown the door and Fellaini's being told he can stay. But I'm sure Jose sees a use of Fellaini, which many people thought we wouldn't. Many people thought this would be his last season would have been his last season at Old Trafford. Obviously doesn't seem to be that way at the moment. As for that game against Galatasaray, a 5-2 victory. And it was ZLATAN time. Zlatan Ibrahimovic scoring a fantastic goal within 4 minutes. Obviously, he scoffed it a little bit, but it was a great effort. He got the goal. And within 4 minutes, the celebrations, I absolutely loved him. I was mobbed by the whole team. And then he was on the bench watching Rashford skin defenders and applauding and getting on his feet. And He seems like he could be a really, really influential character around that dressing room. He can bring the standards in training, in matches up. He can show players like Rashford and Marshall. He can teach them new things. His arrogance and confidence can rub off on our players, and that's why I'm so excited to see Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Whether he only scores 10, 15 goals this season, who knows? And if his record is anything to go by last season, he'll score more than that. I think his influence on the team in the long term and in the short term could be massive, and that's why people link him and relate him to Eric Cantona, because he had that effect on many other young players when he was at Old Trafford. You remember the class of 92 coming through, looking up to him, and maybe Zlatan can be that guy this time. Zlatan with a goal, Rooney with 2 goals, Mata and Fellaini with that great header, as I said earlier. Mata showing a great bit of first touch to get through, set up the cross for Valencia, who got 3 assists, and he's strong, he's quick, and he can deliver a ball at times. If he can get back to his strengths, he can be useful to us from either right back or right mid. Now, obviously, I don't really want to see him playing right wing or anything like that. But from right back, if he can get there on his positional sense and his defensive sense, and will be playing a lot more defensively aware as well, then I think he still has something to offer Manchester United. Another player that you would expect it to leave, but it looks like the players are clicking. Zlatan's got the team confident again, and Rooney got 2 goals despite, I know many people said he didn't have the great performance in the first half, but it's early in pre-season, too early to judge, but I do think Rooney should be made to fight for his place in that team. That's the only way we'll get the best out of Rooney and best out of the players around him, because when you look at that strike force that we have, he doesn't deserve to be starting week in, week out. And you can't make a video these days without mentioning Paul Pogba. What is going on with Paul Pogba at the moment? Well, he's on holiday with Patrice Evra at the minute. He's been signing a Manchester United shirt, the new Manchester United shirt with number 6 Pogba on the back, which has again made the talk go even louder. And I know a lot of people are waiting for an official announcement. It just seems like this one is already done. Everyone's relaxed. There's no rumours about Real Madrid coming in for him anymore, Juve trying to keep him. I know people are saying that, but there's no proper resounding news like that. There's no news that Jose's targeting another midfielder. I think this one's done. I think United are waiting for him to come from holiday and obviously take all his pictures and stuff at Carrington rather than do it elsewhere. I am only guessing though, but that's the feeling I've got at the moment. I still think this one is a done deal. Jose was even in his office as well, watching Sky Sports News. Wonder if he's looking for any updates. If he is looking for updates, maybe he needs to follow Damasio and not Sky Sports News, because as I've said before, they're always behind on this stuff. Anyway guys, thank you for joining us today. It's been a great weekend, even though I haven't seen a lot of the football. We got 5 goals from Manchester United. The last time that happened, Midgetland. The last time before that, Leverkusen, was it? We haven't scored 5 goals for consistently for a long time, so that was nice to see as well. And of course, I'm going to leave you with this image, which has left me feeling super duper confident for the season coming up. And imagine we add Pogba into that mix as well. Well, surely that's happening, right? Anyway, check this out and see you later.